Happy Father's Day, guys! Hey, Tommy Alderman over at Alderman Farms has tagged me in a Father's Day challenge video that was originally started by Single Dad Homesteading, who we got to meet at the conference last month. We got to meet him, and he is a great dude. So check out Single Dad Homesteading, great guy, and also Alderman Farms. You know we love Alderman Farms, but basically this challenge is might depend on how you word it. The challenge is basically the 3 most important things about being a dad, or the 3 best things about being a dad. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go along those lines. The 3 things about being a dad that are cool or whatever. So let's see what we come up with. Let's go for a little walk. All right. So for starters, I want to tell you a little something. I never even wanted kids. Many know I was married before I met Jenny, and my ex-wife has kids. I've dated girls with kids. I've always, I guess, enjoyed kids, but I've never wanted my own kids. And, I think a lot of that has to do with the person that you're with, and maybe their parenting styles were influencing me on not wanting kids, maybe. But then I met Jenny. And many of you know, TJ's my stepson. When I met Jenny and TJ was about 5 months old. So I've been in TJ's life since he was 5 months old, and he's considered in my blood, so he is my son. I guess Jenny being the right influence of a parent, does that make sense? And then, so it really was no shock to me or anything. I had no problem with it when months and months and months and months later, Jenny came to me and told me she was pregnant. I was totally content with it. I was happy. There was no shock. There was no worry. I was with the right person, and it felt right. Now, for the 3 reasons of this video, I'm actually having trouble narrowing it down to 3 things, because it just seems more like a state of mind, more of a kind of it is how it is, and I don't know. I think my brain's having trouble formulating 3 things, just because everything just seems to wrap up as one thing, and it's good. It's awesome. So one really cool thing about being a dad is just watching your kids grow and learn stuff, and their excitement of accomplishing something, even if it's one of the younger kids finally, the kids love going in the workshop, getting some nails and some old lumber and just pounding nails. And when they get their first nail to go all the way through the 2x4, and they've accomplished that without bending it or something, and you're there watching them, and they've accomplished that, and they're just so excited. I mean, the kids, especially as they get older, they want to do more, and they want to learn more, and they seem to be able to do more. And watching them accomplish something, even grades in school, our kids are straight A students, and they're super excited every time they bring home a straight A report card, or whatever it is that they accomplish, and just seeing their excitement. And it's even more exciting when it's something maybe I didn't have my hands in too much. It was just all them, or they're doing really good at a sporting event, or really good at whatever. It is really awesome to watch their faces light up when they accomplish something like that. And to kind of piggyback on that, when you are instructing your kids on something, whether it's actually instructional, like building something, or manners, or whatever, and they're getting it, and they're doing kind of as you've instructed, hopefully you're instructing correctly, and they get it, it's just, That is such a great feeling. And that kind of goes back to when you get feedback from whether it's teachers or people in the community or whoever, that your kids are really awesome, polite, good kids. That is awesome. Understanding that those kids, I got a bunch of turkeys right here driving me crazy, that the kids are getting it and they're grasping it. That's just, it's an awesome feeling. The next thing that is just super cool is I'm not always the best at, I guess, necessarily doing things with my kids, but I am always talking with them, always hugging them, always loving them. And when you get that back, when for no reason your little girl runs up and just, Dad, you're the best, and gives you a big hug and I love you, and or your boy does the same or whatever, there is really almost no greater feeling than that. That is amazing. You could be having a bad month, and in that moment, one of those kids comes up and gives you a hug like that, and the world is just better. It is. And thank goodness we've got 4 very loving kids. We are always getting hugs around here, which is awesome. But that love that you feel yourself giving to them and that you receive back from them is just, it's amazing. It is really amazing. So then, of course, there's the responsibility of being a father, or maybe you're somebody that's filling in that father role. We've got a pretty big responsibility. We have to, and actually this is parenting in general, I would say, because my wife, Jenny, has as much to do with this as I do, but just the responsibility of making sure that these kids grow up and they're prepared for the world. Now, you might have a different way or a different idea of doing that, of what your kids need to know and what they don't need to know or whatever. Your way might be different than my way. That does not mean you're wrong. And it does not mean I'm wrong. But it's up to us as parents, as fathers, to build these kids up, give them confidence, get them ready to get out in the world. 18, you're gone. It's the big joke in the house here. That 18-year clock is ticking. But that's a big responsibility. So that's, and while it's a very cool responsibility, and it's just very cool responsibility, it's also a, this is a big responsibility. But it's a very cool thing to think that these kids are being raised up, and honestly, I'm not going to say this 100% because I know things happen, but when my kids are grown and out of the house, I think that will be my report card. I don't think whatever's necessarily going on right now is my report card. Because none of them are heavily into teenage years yet. TJ's 13. He's teenager, but we are not going through the teenager dramas yet. So all my kids are absolutely fantastic, and kind of waiting for that day when my kids have kids and see where they are. So, but it's it's a big responsibility. Apparently I haven't screwed it up too much yet. Well, they also have a very strong mother, so but it is a ton of fun having kids. We stay super busy and stuff, and I do a lot of griping about how busy we are. But when Jenny's like, well, this kid wants to add this to the schedule, I always say yes. I never say no. And then I gripe to Jenny a lot about it. But it is absolutely fantastic watching these kids grow up, and the love for that we show and the love we get back is great feeling. All right, you guys have a great day. Happy Father's Day. All right, as I was sitting here editing this video, sitting here in my throne, I forgot to tag somebody for this video. I'm drawing blanks, so what I'd like to do is just leave this open to all dads out there, or somebody if you're filling in as a dad. You're open to do this collab. Please mention Chris over at Single Dad Homesteading, as he's the one that started it. And everybody have a great day. Thanks.